Effectively, this is an opportunity to bring business and sport together in a day that's sort of high profile around some of our guests and our speakers who are going to talk on many issues about leadership and commerce and development. And really what we want to try to do is bring a number of stakeholders together to realise that the potential of sport and business as a sector, that's the ultimate aim. It's been done before in many countries. It's been done in regions such as the North East, in Yorkshire, the North West, and also in places like the East Midlands in Loughborough. So what we want to do is start a process of people buying into the fact that there is a opportunity around 2012 to look at the development of the sports sector.
I think sport and business are well related because you've got that ultimate goal that you want to achieve. You want to achieve success and to win, and the pathway to that are very similar. It's just a lot of hard work, dedication and commitment.
I run a business as well, and basically I could try and keep things simple, try not to overcomplicate things, and there are a few basic rules that I learned, such as fearing failure, as persevering, as getting out and doing the basics every day, and just telling people about learning from mistakes as well, and just translating that from what I learned in my riding career, and also going to the South Pole. That was I certainly needed one or two of those things to keep me going as well. Inspirational role models as well, taking inspiration from other people, and yeah, hopefully the audience today will pick up a little bit and transfer that into their own businesses.
I speak about vision, I speak about strategy, about feedback, about high standards, about self-motivation, about taking responsibility for excellence, and all of those are things that can be translated into business. And this sort of cornerstone is a lot of is measuring, and I measured probably more than any other coach has ever measured in cricket, and measuring is part of business and taking a business forward as well. So I'm pretty sure a lot of what I say will be able to be transferred into business.
It's well known now that there are many sort of analogies that can be taken from sport into the world of business, into organisations. It's about people, it's about people management, it's about helping people deliver the best of themselves, it's about teamwork, it's about recognising the value in every individual and the contribution they can make to the team effort. So as you can imagine from the language I'm using here, that's again the language of the dressing room as well.
Well, the presentation's on sport, partnership and commerce, and I'm going to be looking to talk about a few case studies of things that I've worked on over the last 5 years. So I'm going to take Wembley Stadium and then also the World Cup bid, England's 2018 World Cup bid, and use those case studies to kind of highlight how working in partnership, how working together, actually you can get through conflict into resolution, actually to make big projects happen like Wembley Stadium.
I think it's wonderful, and it's all about raising your game, and that's what we do in the Mary Peters Trust. We help young sports people that are at the grassroots level to raise their game that little bit higher so that they can then go for lottery funding when they're good enough. So it's about giving them the knowledge that we appreciate that they were training so hard to be good at sport, and giving them that extra little lift up.
Well, I think in business and in sport, the idea of change management and transformational change within an organization. I took over 3 years ago and had a lot of changes to make, and everything that I've learned in business it relates to the team aspect of what we're trying to do at the Belfast Giants. Managing change, motivating people for change, getting buy-in from all the people. So it relates very strongly. I think this event today at the University of Ulster is fantastic. We have a great partnership with the University of Ulster. We actually have a couple knowledge transfer partnerships with them, so we have people that are employed at the University of Ulster working for the Giants, and then they're one of our big supporters. So I think it's a great event. I think looking around the room, there's a lot of people that I want to meet and talk to, and I'm looking forward to it.
In life, you don't achieve big by thinking small. You achieve big by thinking big.
You've got to look forward, never ever back, because the past is history. It's gone and we can't change it. It's the present and the future that matters.
I think one of the best ways of motivating people is people need to know that they're valued. When people know that they're valued, then they become motivated. And so you have to look for ways to show that you care. And I believe, and it's already been alluded to here as well today, make minor acts of caring part of your leadership repertoire.
I used two words. I used productivity and efficiency for that team. And those were the two things I worked on. Productivity and efficiency for the team. And everything revolved around being productive when we trained and efficient when we played. And with that, with those two words, the outcome was success.
I want to talk about how big brands and sporting federations can come together on big projects and ultimately deliver them.
Aristotle actually has a lovely definition for discipline, I think, and for achieving excellence. And he says, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. I think that's a very important phrase that we might do well to remember. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. So to get good at something, it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a flash. It happens because we're persistent in attending to the detail of little things. And if we attend to the little things well, then we will get the big things right too.
And you've got to set that ultimate goal. And this is where I think that sport and business are very, very similar, because we both have that aim for success. That's our ultimate goal. Whether it's a business plan or a performance plan, the aims are the same, just to succeed. And you've got to set that ultimate goal when you decide where you want to go to, and then break the pathway to that goal down into small, bite-sized, achievable portions. And so long as you keep your focus and are totally committed, dedicated and determined, you will succeed and you will achieve your ultimate goal.
I needed to know everything about my player. And you in business, you need to know everything about your employee.
For me, through my career, I hated to overcomplicate things. I always tried to keep it simple. I tried to follow the few basic rules I've talked about this morning. I tried to prepare as well as I possibly could in the given time frame. I did those basics day in, day out, so that most things were second nature when those big days, those big occasions came along. I identified my mistakes and I always tried to keep learning from them. And I feared failure, but it didn't stop me from taking risks. And I took inspiration from others. I focused and committed, and when times were particularly tough, I kept getting back on that pony.
We've had a lot of great quotes this morning. I've summed up what I think are the best, or some of the best. Under-promise and over-deliver. Pain is temporary, failure is permanent. Sweat the asset. It's not about being dealt a good hand, it's about how you play a bad hand well. Don't listen with the engine running. Avoid having to be right all the time. That's one of my favorites. And the last one, it doesn't matter about the recession, praise is free.
Great speakers, really sort of inspirational and very experienced. And I think that's what we're picking up. The business people are looking up to the speakers that we had today because they've actually delivered. And that's really, really credible to them. Also credible to the collaboration and the partnership we're trying to take this program forward on.